Hello everyone and welcome back to Corey Loses, where today we are once again continuing our New Republic preview playthrough in Thrawn's Revenge Imperial Civil War 2.2 in the Thrawn campaign. In the last episode, Thrawn and his fleet decided they didn't like us and did a lot of bad things to us. So if you haven't seen that yet, make sure you go and check that out. But we have been pushed back to Mon Calamari in this corner. We're about to go in and take Corellia and Duro, and we're going to try to take more of the core up through this way and make sure that we have access points through our planets. But we went and we looked through some of the codes since the last episode to look at exactly what the differences were with, or not the differences, but to see what was going on with the Mon Calamari ships. Because, well, I shouldn't have won, or our fleet probably shouldn't have been enough to win the battle at least in Mercure. The ships are underperforming a little bit, and they weren't putting out as much damage as we had intended them to do. And essentially what happened is when we were doing all this stuff to reduce the projectile counts, it was applied a little bit inconsistently and hurt the New Republic a bit more than it hurt the Empire. So we're going to be making some adjustments, a couple changes, not too many. I don't want to overdo it in the other direction, but it's something that we're going to be looking at a bit more as we lead up to release especially. So don't worry about that for your own playthroughs. It's just going to be a bit harder for me. So I think what we're going to do first is go into Corellia.
Invasion commencing.
And then we're gonna go for Duro. So this is not new Corellia map, but the modded Corellia map that we made a couple years ago. And I like the map for the most part, but the problem is that it has that issue with the mini map where stuff doesn't show up properly on it because it's all technically the
enemy base shields up.
Hold on.
Can do.
It's all technically the same level, and it's just these are painted out instead of being lowered and then painted out. And we could probably do a lot more down under it that looks better than just having the default blocks there. But either way, we are going to go up here. And oh god, giant ATs.
Ready.
But yeah, so that's a lot of what's left for what we've been working, or for what we're going to be working on for the next I guess, what, 3-4 weeks now? Until the open beta starts? Or the open beta phase starts? Because there is the initial, slightly more closed version, and then after probably 2 weeks that way, it'll start being a completely open beta. But, so yeah, some mostly ground balancing and stuff, a bit of the space balancing. There is one more larger actual bug that we're trying to work on fixing right now, which should hopefully be the last major issue we run into for 2.2, because it is like the last feature we're going to be working on, which has been very annoying for the last couple days, but it is underway. And there's a couple new patrons to join the fleet today, so we'll take a look at those afterwards, but let's try to...
We've lost a build pad. We've lost the abandoned turbo laser tower.
Ready for attack. Initiating sweep.
Right now, ATPTs are still way too strong.
Your reinforcements.
But we also, like I said, we did the adjustments to some of the health, and it was just like a flat adjustment, and we haven't gone through to change either the damage types or armor types around that yet. So there'll still be a bit of weirdness that you see going through.
All right, men, take cover.
We've secured a build pad. We've secured a build pad.
Ready to go. Copy.
Let's see what we have over here. I think there's supposed to be a sensor array somewhere, or a sensor node somewhere. Make sure you guys don't fly through. Actually, there's no turbo lasers,
I've got a
so
lock.
we can.
Moving to coordinates. Attack. Roger that.
Okay, don't fly in a position where you're going to get shot by the
Right away.
AT-AT.
Moving out.
That would be a bad idea.
Ball out.
But I just want to see if there's a sensor node somewhere.
Let's move out. Let's
Or
go.
sensor array, not node.
Give me a target. T4B mobile. I'll follow your lead. Commander, keep going. This way.
We've lost a build pad. We've lost a build pad. Bombing run available.
Oh, that would have been a much better
We've secured a build pad.
target.
Squadron commencing attack.
That's a mercenary outfitter.
Scouting location. Executing flyby. I have visual contact.
Haven't we got...
Copy.
Okay, I think that's actually a sensor
En
node over
route.
there. Or sensor array.
Copy that. Right, sir. Ready.
I'm just gonna... You guys just assume whenever I say sensor node, I mean sensor array. Let's just make it easier on everyone.
I'm here.
That AT-AT is gonna come through there.
Choose your reinforcements.
Heading out. Affirmative. Spread out, man.
They got the first shots off.
T2B over.
Yeah, that's infantry only.
Reporting in. Moving out.
Rip.
Heading out. Avoiding fire.
Okay, there's more of you than them. They're hurt. You're crouched. You got the first shots. In you go.
Yes, sir. Right away. Moving ahead. Heading out, sir.
Everything's fine now. These guys are flying now. I think we'll probably end up doing the scale changes before we do the any more of the balance changes. So the orbital bombardment has been changed since this playthrough started. It's in the main build.
Let's go.
Bombardment cancelled.
But
Keep
I
going.
didn't bring the files over. I'm gonna have to check and see if they'll be compatible with the save,
Ready,
because
sir.
I don't want to cause the
Moving to
save to
board.
crash.
Fire.
Which I just have to switch the files
Open
back. It
fire.
wouldn't be a huge deal. But I completely forgot also that Code User did it. But I think we can actually take out this entire base with the orbital
Roger that.
bombardment right now, which is not fantastic, but
target.
I mean, if we want to use it, we'll use it.
Attacking target. Fire at will. Attacking. Targeting.
What I really want to change with some of these air units right now is
Firing.
their flyby distance.
Ground target locked. Ready for attack. Initiating sweep.
You know what, let's go for the
Destroy.
ATST because it's a little bit better at hitting them.
Bombing line available.
Okay,
Y-wing
no longer
standing by.
necessary.
Unit
away.
Get out of there.
destroyed.
Computers locked on target.
The enemy base shield is offline.
Let's see just how stupidly OP this is. Oh, so close.
Moving out. Weapons online.
Okay, well let's get into position on the base.
Moving into position. We're right behind you. Ready for orders. Heading
And
out.
you guys can get out of there, you did your job.
T2B.
Free
We've
runners.
lost a build pad.
I think free runners are probably my favorite vehicle.
Underway. Guarding the rear. Almost there.
Alright, here they come. Let's try to get
I'll follow your lead.
to a slightly better position over here.
Moving out.
We've
We're right
secured
behind you.
a build
Heading out.
pad.
Fall out, troops. On it, sir. Take cover. Ready to roll. All right, men. Take cover. Form up.
I just don't want the first shots to go into the
Awaiting
T4Bs.
orders. Let's move out. I copy, sir. I
Alright,
copy.
they're gonna be making it around the corner here. Let's go.
Entering battlefield. I'll follow your lead. Standing by.
You guys come up behind them.
On it, sir.
Unit destroyed.
Reporting.
Unit
We could try to take advantage of the fact that we're more mobile and
Heading assault.
take them out that way.
Ready.
unit
I've got him in my
destroyed.
sight. Course plotted.
We've lost a
Adjusting
build pad.
navigator. Advancing.
Unit destroyed.
Yes, sir. Commence assault. We're right behind. Ready.
There we go. And then it's just the shield gen over here.
Cannons charged.
We are victorious.
There we go.
System control achieved.
Raid the enemy shipyards in the Corellia system and provide you with salvageable ships. So we got a dreadnought out of that.
Building under construction.
We'll get ready to go. No, you are actually a spaceship. Fun fact. Let's get an ion cannon and some credits. Okay.
Calamari cruiser ready.
Duro ready. Then we'll get this fleet into there.
Complete.
We've got to get
Tactical battle.
these guys ready. We sent Han back. I was gonna say he respawned, but like it's almost like I don't even know what mod I'm playing. Okay, so their fleet actually they took a lot of the ships out of this area to send them over in their attack fleet. So that's good. We don't have to worry about any huge problems here. We do have the Golans to go through. But this will be a decent way to test a little bit of what the Mon Calamari buffs did. It wasn't a huge buff like I said, but I typically like to go in smaller increments than just like huge numbers. Because it can still end up doing a lot more than you originally think it's going to do.
Choose your reinforcements.
I generally just think it's a safer way to do it. That's what I try to do. But
Order confirmed.
the MC40s might actually be a bit stronger than intended, though. Let's see how fast we can do this.
Cruiser standing by.
That's going a significant amount faster. MC80s go after this guy. Basically what I did with the MC80Bs was swapped a bit more of the firepower from the ion cannons to the turbo lasers. So each of the turbo lasers is shooting one more burst, and the ion cannons are each shooting one less, which does end up being net a bit more. And I also did increase the shields on all of them a little bit. Except for the MC40. The MC40 just had the weapon upgrade. So this might have made them ridiculously too powerful. But we'll have to see as we go. Let's get Loki's throne in there. Armors Express. Now that we can see what's going on there. Also Beehive and Nimitz.
Location confirmed. Your orders? Starting my run.
Ready. All craft ready.
Alright, so the shields are down on the MC40s. It'll take a lot of fine-tuning to get stuff to exactly where it should be, and that's a lot of what we're going to be looking for during the fully open phase of the beta. So during the internal testing we're doing now and the closed beta portion, so the when we're in the Admiral's Lounge, which is still open in that anyone can join it, it's just you have the post requirement. We're mostly still looking for whatever's like functionally broken at that point, because it'll be a lot easier to find those. It'll be pretty quick to find those when we have a slightly bigger testing pool, and then when that's all pretty much found, that's when we'll start looking for, or that's when we'll get the bigger pool and essentially be looking for more balance related feedback. So there'll probably be a lot of like multiplayer skirmish matches and that kind of thing going on. I thought there was a ship down here on my mini map, but it's just a smudge on my monitor. So. I really like the hangars on these guys.
Attack that target.
All right.
Attacking target. Copy.
So the shields are definitely stronger now. The shields on the MC80 still aren't super great, but the MC80B, MC90, and Home 1 type have been significantly increased. So we'll have to keep an eye on those a bit more than anything else. But really, those were just 2 Golan 2, so we shouldn't expect, or it would have been a bad thing if they'd been too powerful.
Forward.
Let's get them over there. Duro, what is this? I think Duro has its own map. It's the Long Canyon one.
Invasion commencing.
Yeah. The misleadingly
Ready to
green
help.
interface. Do the Duros shoot now? That was one of the things that I was trying to fix a while ago. And
Need
I
any
don't
assistance?
think I
Hello, Commander.
verified that it does
Where
work.
should I go?
I was pretty happy with myself when I modeled that head.
Can I do something?
I usually hate and want to redo most of what I do
We've
pretty much
secured
immediately,
a build
but
pad.
I figure
There they are.
Duros head worked out fairly well.
We've lost a build
What can I
pad.
do? I'll do my best.
I don't know if you guys can shoot the air in the first place. Yep, there you go, you shoot.
Can I help?
Oh god, Duro.
Roger that.
Choose
Oh
your
well.
Reinforcements
Course plotted.
at
En route.
maximum unit
Let's
capacity.
get
Over
you
there.
guys up to there.
Ready. Moving out. At your service.
I think these ones are probably stuck.
Heading out.
Yeah, that canyon will need to be changed a bit. I think there's like a sensor node back there or something. But we've got... Did I bring down the V-Wings? I don't know if I did. I don't think I did.
Choose your
I
reinforcements.
must have. There they are.
Roger that. Ball out.
Let's fly over
Let's go
that,
out.
because I think I'm like
I've got a lock.
pretty sure that there's a sensor array.
Attack. Fire. Open fire.
Yeah, you run away. Okay, use that. The thing about powered weapons is that the slowdown actually makes it easier to chase things through Beggar's Canyon back home like this.
Attacking. Targeting. Firing. We're going in.
There you go.
Let's go.
Now let's get her over there. It might even be a good thing to do just as a
Form up.
toggleable
Awaiting
mode.
orders.
Even if you're not actually getting a
Form up.
firepower increase from it, if you make it so that you can just slow down
Copy.
your
Secured a build pad.
I copy.
flying units a bit, so that you can use it
Waiting
for
orders.
more effective
Keep going.
passes like that. Oh, that's not a
Secured
sensor node.
landing zone.
This way. Ground target locked.
Do they have turrets here?
Construction complete.
Oh well.
Form up.
Let's actually get our stuff
Choose your
moving.
Underway.
Reinforcements.
On our way. sir.
Underway.
Heading out. Copy. Ready for attack. Initiating sweep. Weapons online. I've got a lock. Yes, Commander.
Okay, well you guys all missed entirely. The tester did report that there was something wonky going on with some of the
Fire.
Bombing
bombers,
run
or
available.
not bombers, some of the Plex soldiers.
Ready. Reporting. Open fire. Over there.
Okay, first
that. Gold squad
let's go do that. It's kind of a weird map for stuff. I like
All weapons low.
a lot of the basic ideas here, but
commencing attack.
the
For the
cliffs might be a little bit too high.
T4P ready. Yes, sir. I have visual. Right. For the Alliance.
We've secured a build pad.
Yes, Commander. Got it.
Get out of there, Chew.
Awaiting orders. Give me the target. Tank brigade here. Can I assist you? Where do you need me? Yes, sir. Executing flyby. Copy. Let's go.
Is there gonna be a giant
Yes,
Atatat?
Commander. Copy. En route.
No, no, no,
Moving
no, no,
to
no.
coordinates.
Stop it.
Copy.
Choose your reinforcements.
Let's get some better
Reinforcements
anti-infantry
cancelled. Reinforcements
in on
cancelled.
this.
Your orders. Roger. Ready for
Blow 'em up.
Ready to assist.
We've secured a build pad.
Fire.
Did we change these to be anti-vehicle? Well, let's change this to be a repair a vehicle.
Constructing.
I copy. Reporting.
And you can all move in there.
Ready to assist. Roger that.
Now that there's no risk of being
Right away. Moving
turbo
out.
lasered down, I'm gonna get these guys over, and we're gonna take a look in a book.
Construction
Getting out.
complete.
Reading Rainbow. Uh oh.
All out.
That was actually a nice sound effect for that.
Bombardment available.
But okay, OP, go. That wasn't optimally put up, but still stupidly overpowered.
Form up. Keep going. On our way, sir.
We've secured a landing zone.
Forward!
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna try to put that in for the next build. It should, or not the next build, the next episode. Oh god.
Attack that target. Yes, Commander. Ready.
You guys, get over here.
Weapons ready. Targeting enemy.
There we go.
T2B over.
No, you know what? You might want to focus on the stuff that can actually shoot you, as opposed to the turrets that have powered off.
T2B, copy. Attack! Forward. Fire! I copy.
Destroyed.
Open fire!
We've secured a build pad.
I copy. Spread out, men.
Unit
Open fire!
destroyed.
Attack.
Turret constructing.
I copy.
Okay, now you guys all get into.
Unit destroyed.
Attack that target. Fire.
Unit destroyed.
Squad in
One more salvo from each of you.
rebellion.
There you go.
Forward.
Be the Plex soldiers we need. You're not the Plex soldiers
sir.
we need.
Over there. Fire support
We've lost a build
I
pad.
hate you all.
T4B mobile. We've got your back.
Yeah, that all definitely needs some balance changes.
Providing backup.
Bombing run available.
Backup here.
But we just have that one last little structure over here.
Fire and wind. Fire support ready. Gold Squadron commencing attack.
I think the thing in that situation that I feel like needs to be changed the most would just be the T4.
Planetary control achieved.
Abandoned vehicle factory, thank you.
Constructing unit. Vehicle in production.
Hold on. Let's take a quick pause and look at what we're doing here. Commodore.
Beginning
We
construction.
need to use the rest of our income structures. Denon? Yeah, Denon's a pretty high value
construction.
planet. So let's see if there's anything else. That one, Corellia, we have those. Okay.
Heading for coordinates.
Heading 4 coordinates. Not 3. Alright, now that we're almost back together. Let's take a second. Sit right there. Odyssey, so we've got the Odyssey, Gladius, Rebel Star, Starlight Eclipse, and MC40A. This is a regular one. We don't need quite so many quasars as we have. Let's sell some of the regular ones, because we can get quite a bit of money for them. And Coruscant. Let's get a couple of the Dauntlesses. I made a couple of changes to the Dauntless, not as many. Let's get a couple Dauntlesses, Party Starter, and I'm going to pronounce this entirely incorrectly, and I hope no one hates me. So I'm just going to say that up front, and then I'm not even going to try to pronounce it correctly. I'm going to call it San Salvation, which I know is incorrect, you all know is incorrect, but then we don't have to hear me try to say it properly, and I feel like that would be a worse situation for everyone.
Unit in production.
So I'm doing you all a favor is basically what I'm trying to
Unit
say.
in production.
Did I not already build you? Okay. So before we do get any of the CC7700s or Party Starter, you should all be aware it is a very old model that is only in as a placeholder because we need an interdictor for every faction for boarding to work properly.
Building under
But we have so
construction.
many possible things. That's probably more than we wanted. We can still build more. What is
Beginning
this?
Construction. Constructing unit.
So yeah, if we're probably gonna, I was thinking we wouldn't leave in the interdictor, but we'll probably leave in the interdictor.
Moving to coordinates.
Actually, I'm gonna send this fleet
More
over.
calamari crews are ready.
So once this is in,
Construction complete.
we're gonna go take Joe Mark back.
Construction complete.
Let's get them to Bimasari. We'll choose our Pathfinder at that point. Get there.
Building started. Vehicle cancelled.
Nebulon B frigate here.
And I guess... Did Bothaway have... No.
Constructing unit.
It didn't have any sort of extra heavy vehicle factory or anything.
Construction complete.
But let's get you guys underway. Can I... What's going on with the UI there?
Moving out.
Kind of weird. I guess it was just overlapping a bit with Corellia, or...
Assault frigate
Yeah,
here.
Corellia's GUI boxes.
Nebulon B frigate here. Moving
Yeah,
to coordinates.
seems like it. Okay, so, Joe Mark. On Joe Mark. Get set.
Proceeding to location.
Go. Because then we can split this up into 2 fleets again. We do have a lot of capital ships coming in at Mon Calamari. Let's get Anzac Fist back and Rebellious Spirit. And then we're pretty close to...
Imminent.
There's missing Defiance, Indefatigable, Breakfast at Tiffany's, and Bellum Totalis.
Unit in production.
Alright, so this isn't going to be hard. Is Luke dead, or is he at, is he with Booster? I think he's with Booster.
Ready for orders.
Alright, but they've only had a little bit of time here. They probably weren't super concerned about it. I'm assuming Thrawn's fleet is closer to the core right now. So there's a little bit of stuff here. Oh, that was the first jumpy fighters that I've seen in a while. Completely forgot.
Choose your reinforcements.
Alright,
Reinforcements.
get these MC-80Bs in here.
Heading out.
MC-80s. MC-80 again. I know it looks like the MC-80B is a lot smaller, but it's just closer, or the MC-80s are just closer. Because the camera's on an angle, and they're also on a lower Z layer.
Cruiser standing by.
Sectors set. Right away.
Cruiser responding.
Moving out. Preparing for combat. Need help? Warm up. Coming around. Holding fire for maximum effect.
Ready to commence.
Okay.
Weapons charged. Weapons operational. Affirmative. Ready.
Swinging around.
On Calamari cruiser here.
Rendezvous. I can't take another hit like that.
All rep.
Awaiting orders. A-wing here. Squadron, advance. We've got them on the run.
Retreat.
Where are you going? Why are you doing this to me?
Starting our attack run.
Mon Calamari cruiser ready.
Stay in attack formation.
One of the other things I'd like to do before we release, but which may end up getting done for 2.3 instead, is work on the squadron formation so they're not all just the V thing. You can put them in whatever shape you really want to. And right now, in the past few builds, if we just zoom in on some Y-wings here, they weren't all changed properly. Where is the... I'm trying to find a
The enemy has been defeated.
good example of it. But if you look, you'll see that some of these Y-wings, if you're zoomed out a bit more, just look really bright. It's just because some of them are sharing the same position, and there's actually like 4 Y-wings in that one spot. It's not what you want. So that's going to have to change. But there's Joe Mark for us.
T2B over.
Construction complete.
Little too. Yeah, there we go.
Construction complete.
Right away, sir.
That's over there. Let's get
Construction
some
complete.
Moving into
Bothans.
position. On our way.
I'd like to have a bit more Bothan representation within the New Republic. Whether there's a couple
Enemy fleet
possible.
approaching.
Hold on, where? Ord Mantell.
Adjusting
Mon
now.
Calamari cruiser ready.
Assault
But yeah, there's a couple potential Bothan heroes who, even if we don't get them worked in for 2.2, I definitely want to get in for 2.3.
Tactical battle imminent.
Did I? Okay, that's the Bothans. Never mind. So I was thinking that I sent the whole fleet over there. No, I did not. Why do you have a Crimson Command victory? Sometimes the AI has still been building some stuff that it shouldn't have access to. But a lot of this stuff is new, and I'm fairly happy with the fleet compositions they're throwing around at us here. So I'm not going to be too upset with that. Like, it's still something we'll want to solve, but it's like the overall usage of stuff is not terrible. But let's take a closer look here. 2 VSTs of each type, 8 regular ISTs plus the heroes, 2 allegiances. Okay. Let's lose some fish tanks. This could be very bad for Lando. I was thinking of sending him potentially back to where Booster is, but I think we have a chance of defending on the ground with him. Because their ground invasion forces I'm still not as happy with.
Reinforcements
won't last long in those asteroids.
If I left him in space, he'd be dead either way. Are you anyone? Okay, these are just
ready for action.
your regular old run-of-the-mill.
Reinforcements en route.
The enemy has been spotted.
Alright, let's use this fantastic tactical camera view position thing.
Forward. Can't shake him. Our lasers are gone. Enemy fighters incoming. Engines down.
I'm surprised Farrier is still around. It would be nice to give Farrier the boarding ability.
Reinforcements en route.
Form up.
Maybe the map is too dark for them to notice there's an MC-40 here. No, they noticed it. Alright, you guys get this round. I concede. I can see that defeat has been achieved. I don't know what I'm saying.
Under construction.
We have a lot of units here. What's the... Right, it's Ornamental. I know that map.
Complete.
I know this place. This is probably not a good place for those.
Under construction.
Let's do that. What map are you? Taurus. This is the...
Construction complete.
I think this is the BIS map we made. I kind of hate it, but it's there. So let's get Joe Mark back. We already took Joe Mark with Luke earlier. I'm gonna send this fleet into here.
Easier than the Kessel Run.
And then hopefully next episode we'll be able to take Merkier.
Orders received.
Meyer Kyer.
Construction
Heading
complete.
out.
Condor.
Assault frigate here.
Got some extra
T2B
stuff
over.
going on here.
Let's go.
Roger that.
Yeah. Okay. On.
Invasion commencing.
Luke did this last time. You're probably going to be more than capable of it, so don't let us down.
Enemy unit sighted. What can we do to help?
Yeah, we got that thing to
We've secured a
look
build
into
pad.
What's
still.
on your mind?
There's really
Enemy
not
base
much
shields
here.
Up.
Oh, it's just the only structures they have here are the turbo laser and the base shield. That's not ideal. I guess we'll probably want to change their plans so they always want to build a
Choose
barracks
your
first.
reinforcements.
Yeah? You guys want to help
We've
me out
lost
here?
a build pad.
So we can just wait for that. Bombing run. You know what? We can make it around there.
We've lost a build pad.
I'd like having another
Bombing
path
run
down there as
available.
well.
Copy.
Like, this is definitely a much better setup than it was before, where you were, like,
The enemy
running
base
through
shield
here.
is offline.
Okay.
Come on,
Now they're all non-functional.
let's go.
We've secured a landing
Easy
zone.
there, Tigers.
En route. Moving to
We've
point.
secured a build pad. Reinforcements en route.
Ready to go. This way. Attacking target.
Bombardment available. We've lost a build pad.
There we go. So that's not good.
System conquered.
But
At your
Beginning
command.
construction. Beginning construction.
and no, we don't want to do it that way. Hold on. Let's well, we do this. Let's put you down all the way so we don't get attacked while we're doing it. Let's get some of you over there. Let's get you and you. Let's get another one of you, but let's put Corey
command.
or Trunan Shark Tank Custom and Battlestar Galactica over here. Gonna make this as even as we can. I'm also gonna sell these guys just so that we don't run into the I never really use them. I understand that a lot of people do like having the option to build them, but I've never really liked using buildable fighters, except for in base game when it was like the only choice you had. I don't know that we'll remove them, but I don't love having them exactly. And there, close enough to even. Options. That's the first time I think I've ever seen the thing scale like that. Okay. There's the fleet. We want to try to lure them in. Go for broke here.
Construction complete.
Let's bring you guys down around here. Or yeah, let's do that. If we can keep them at Mercure and send the fleet with Tycho around this way into Kuat, take Kuat and move them through there where we're holding
Construction
Mercure,
complete.
that'd be nice.
Training troops.
Because we know the majority of their fleet is still right here. That we know of. Hold on. Yeah, their military is still growing pretty quickly. Their economy is quite large.
Tactical battle imminent.
So they've got an ISD here, they've got some Golans, but we shouldn't take too many losses taking this. Probably nothing. But we will get to see how the ISD and the MC-80B stack up to each other right now, which is always nice.
Yes, sir. Moving out. Full speed. On my way.
Vroom.
Right away. Corvette moving out. Heading out.
Choose your reinforcements.
Fall out.
We will likely need to bump up the PopCap cost of some of these guys too,
We've got 'em.
because the ISD is
Reinforcements.
take 6 right now. So realistically, MC-80B we should probably put up to 7, and these guys maybe 8 or 9 if we want to have them sort of filling the same role as some of the battle cruisers.
Coming around. Right away.
Don't see too many of those laser pads here,
Forward.
but
Heading for coordinates.
one of you's named. Oh yeah, Corey's winner right there. Get some dreadnoughts in on the side here. Let's get MC-40A, and let's get some quasars in.
Setting course.
Hold on. Underway.
We got there. Thunderchild.
Copy. Shields to maximum.
Okay. So we've also got to take into account the fact that where I jumped them, they were getting the bonus damage done to them,
Should we go around for another pass? No good. I can't maneuver.
which was most of its health there.
Open fire on those laser their cannons. Yes, sir.
Because this one's not anywhere near that damage from all the colon fire. So it still might be a little bit weaker than we'd like. I also want to do more hard points on this guy. So this is probably the least close, or the furthest from where it ought to be for its intended role in the mod.
Target the heavy guns.
But for the 6 pop cap and the price right now, it does really well. So, because we're only paying like $5,000 per, I think, because we've got the discount on Mon Calamari, and I think we can move Leia to Fondor and get a discount there as well. Because right now she's on Coruscant, which is thematic but not the most economically sound.
Weapons charged.
I've been hit. I can't see him.
Weapons operational.
I've lost engine 2.
And in we go.
Got one on me.
Ready. Open fire. Attack that
Try not to
target.
let one on your tail. Ready for commands.
Mon Calamari cruiser here. Attacking target.
Choose your reinforcements.
Proceeding to location.
Okay, so we have to assume that they're going to try to send Thrawn's fleet into us here.
Mon Calamari cruiser ready.
Which it's just going to happen. It's going to be a factor in our lives that we have to deal with. That every rebel commander has to deal with at some point in their life.
Fire at will.
We are victorious.
But for now, we are victorious.
Weapons armed. Closing on enemy.
Let's get these guys into position first. We're going to get Tycho's fleet into Kuat next time. But I think what we want to do for now
Enemy fleet
is
approaching.
cry a little bit when Thrawn kills us.
Mon
Coruscant.
Calamari cruiser ready.
Construction complete.
That's the place where our ships are, or where our
Enemy
capital
fleet
is.
approaching.
That Coruscant as well. Yeah, they're coming in from the core. They can't have much in there. They have their main fleet here. What are they going to
Tactical
do?
Battle imminent.
Well, their heroes are trapped. Even though, I mean, we won't have any ships here to do anything about it. But we can really... we can try to ruin their day. Will they be able to bring any ground stuff in? Because they can't come in through this way. If we keep our fleet there, they're probably going to try to use this main fleet to block us off. But they won't... hold on. No, they've got to have access to Gravlex Med or something for Kudrick. But yeah, they can't have that much in here. They can probably try to make some more ground stuff, but... we're going to lose this space battle, but we can force them out if nothing else. Let's see how the Empress does, though.
You calling for me, sir?
V-wing here.
Roger that.
And a raid fleet. This could,
Weapons armed.
I
yeah,
copy,
see,
sir.
this is old,
Let's move out.
really terrible thing, but
Let's go.
it's still an interdictor for the New Republic.
This way.
We only had it in for testing, but I think it'll probably make it in release, which is just
Inbound.
makes me a little bit sad.
Form up.
I
Armed and
really
ready.
want to
Keep your
redo
eyes
it,
open for those fighters.
but oh well. Because with boarding it, it really is necessary to have
Our space
have
station
something
is
at least.
under attack.
It's too small for you to be accurate. Don't worry about hitting it. Let's just try to take out Brandi.
Copy.
If we can take out Brandi, I'll be really happy. I don't think it's feasible to take out much else.
Copy.
That's got him.
Reporting.
Weapons ready.
Oh god, that is a...
Attack run.
Try not to let one on your tail.
that is an unfortunate event for them.
In range. Decrease to full throttle.
Closing on enemy.
Reporting. Target those lasers.
I've got one on me.
Awaiting your orders. Fire on those lasers.
Long-range scanner destroyed.
That was a trade port, not a long-range scanner, but I appreciate the
Space station
notification.
under attack.
Decrease to full throttle. Try not to let one on your tail.
like some sort of civil war between the Imperials. Yeah, this is also why I want to make the raid fleet scale based on the size of the fleets currently present. So, like, you probably wouldn't get something this strong, considering that I have nothing here and they have very little. But it looks like Thrawn's actually doing a fair amount of damage to those guys. Thrawn didn't die on the way through there. He took out a few VSTs.
Stay in attack formation.
Yes, sir. Changing course to intercept.
Full throttle.
I got one on me. I can't hold on. I've lost power. I've been hit. They're on
Yes,
me.
Commander.
Ah!
Torpedoes
I got
armed.
one on me.
Ready.
Form up.
This is the first time I've used an Empress in an actual battle.
Stay in attack
So
formation.
we'll see.
Try not to let
I
one
got
on your
one on
tail.
me.
Is it just Thrawn? Yeah, Thrawn and this guy.
I've got him lined up.
I'm in range. Stay in attack formation. Watch your 6. Increase to full throttle.
You sneaky.
Increase to full throttle.
You sneaky little Chiss guy.
Been hit.
I'm in
You're just
range.
gonna chill there and let them kill me, aren't you?
Getting torn apart. I'm in a tight spot.
I've got my approach vector.
I've got him lined up.
Y-wing squadron reporting.
I'm under attack.
Weapons charged.
Scanner contact behind me.
I need help.
Ah! I've got one on me.
Ugh.
I've been hit.
Ah!
Keep your eyes open. I can't see him. Ah!
Crossfire. I
I've
need
got
to
one
break
on
off.
me.
I've been hit.
Enemy unit disabled.
Space station
Need
under
help.
attack.
Blast, my stabilizer's broken loose. Target's coming in fast. Loosen up.
I don't like the way that the lights are set up on the Empress. I think we do tend to have them a bit too large on some stuff, and it would be better to have them a bit more granular. But just the size of the texture doesn't necessarily work super well with how they're done on the Empress right now.
I've been hit.
I've got one on me.
I've been hit.
I'm hit. Shoot him down.
I can't
Shoot
see
him down.
him. Ah!
Well,
They've got us targeted.
it's been real. So many Star Destroyers,
Gravity
Jesus.
control generator destroyed.
Where's our cover? Squad, I need help. Can anyone else see him?
I've got one on me.
Ah! Where'd he
Our
come from?
space station is under attack.
Where are you?
Get him off me.
I
I
can't
can't
see
take
him.
another hit
Ah!
like that. Someone cover me. This is
Now they're gonna go for Thrawn.
Need help. Ready.
No,
Enemy fighters
no.
on me.
I've been hit.
Roger.
Keep your eyes open.
Enemy fighters incoming.
I might just let Thrawn have this.
Throwing their fire. Can't see
Try
him.
not to let one on your tail.
Can I even retreat if I want to?
Prepare for jump to hyperspace.
You deserve it, Thrawn. I'm letting you live for this one. I'm not letting some raid fleet kill you. I'm going to do it myself. Alright, so we are going to leave it there for today's episode. In the next episode, we're going to get Tycho's fleet to go through this area here. That probably would have been their entire fleet if we hadn't cut them off. But, yeah, maybe not, because we only just took it there. But either way, next episode, we're going to try to go through here a bit more. We're going to take Merkur, and we're going to try to get the Katana fleet done. So, thanks for watching, everyone, and I will see you next time, which is tomorrow. Bye.